Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show, baby. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. It is 3 a.m. here in Portugal, 10 p.m. in your time, and I'm not backing down. We're here for another live stream. God bless each and every one of you for being here. Shout out to my crypto lifers and everybody out there. Let's take a look at what's hot. Dash getting a huge bounce off the 4-hour 200 moving average, 63 all the way up to $98. Absolute beautiful move for Dash. There's gains to be had out here. Zcash continues to take names and kick butt. That thing is ripping pretty close to its all-time high, if not even higher. You can see Zcash kind of broke out of this idea here, tight in the channel. Zcash looks like it could get all the way to about $825. This thing is ripping. It's about to go again. And if you see this is a bit of a flag here. Look for the 21-day moving average to be touching price. Zcash, I just put out this to the trading group. I said, this thing looks like it's about to get busy. This 1 hour time frame looks good to me. It was the one trade I posted. It's already up from entry that I posted to the group. So if you got that trade idea, you'd be in the money. Low stochastics, RSI looks good. MACD turning, falling volume with falling price tells me the sellers are waning, and we're getting the 21-day moving average above the 200, above this previous resistance, which became support. It's all coming together. So yes, and more yes. I like what I'm seeing. So there's opportunity out here. If you're moping and crying about the market and the ups and downs, yeah, there's not much opportunity for you. But if you're focused on opportunity and you believe that you can find it, then I believe you can. I believe you can. And it's out there. It's out there for the people that desire it. You know, back in the day, there was no food sometimes. There was famines. People took ships to go to faraway lands. People did things to change the way things were going. And you'd either starve or you had to go out and make it happen. So same idea. When the market changes and it's not as easy as it used to be, you got to find a new way to survive, right? And you got to switch it up. You got to be able to flip it, and you got to be able to pivot. If you can't pivot, this game may not be for you. I'm going to teach you how to use your pivot foot like Scottie Pippen, baby. Shout out to everybody here. So Zcash looks good. This triangle says you get all the way to 819. This triangle says you can get to 940, because I'm taking this like whole trend line here. It's a little shorter. It's like right there. But yeah, it says like 939, 940 area, suggesting, somewhere 944. So Zcash could go on a massive tear. Again, it would have to get above this resistance. It could possibly double top. You never know. There is resistance. You're going to have a little bit of trouble at 729, but for the most part, this looks pretty good to me. So it is what it is. Let's break down Bitcoin. So look, I just gave you two of the hot coins right now, right off the bat. Shout out to everybody here. Thank you so much for becoming a new subscriber to the channel. The super chat. Thank you so much for that super chat. I'll take a look at it in a split second. Let me finish off with BTC, but I will call out your super chat. Let me call it out just so you feel all comfy. It feels good when someone calls out your super chat. Let's be honest, right? I've super chatted before, and the person never said anything. It kind of left me feeling dry, So I like to do what I was expecting. ONDO TA, please, from Jason Bullard. Jason, I love you. Thank you. I'll take a look at ONDO. I appreciate that, man. Much love. And everything you give back comes back tenfold. That's $20 right there, because you just gave two. And givers gain, my friends. That's the facts of life. So today, if you remember, I gave you this symmetrical triangle, talked about Bitcoin going either way. It dropped, popped, came back up. But this is Saturday price action. It's kind of what you would expect on a Saturday. Sid's way, I call it. Sideways, right? Bitcoin's not usually doing much on a Saturday. It has low volume. No reason for it to get too crazy, right? That's awesome, Diamond. Safe and enjoy travels. Amen. That's awesome. Diamond. Who's Diamond? I'm loving it here. I'm here for 2 weeks, and then I'm going to Vietnam. Where are you? Thank you, Sam. You've changed my perspective of life. You've helped so much, not just financial, but also my own personal life. I can feel God, and I pray every morning for my family, friends, and you, Sam. God bless you, Patrick Peterson. I love you, man. Thank you. God bless you. And Diamond, I don't know where you were. Good morning from Thailand. Oh, there we go. I figured it out. That's awesome, Diamond. Safe travels. Yeah, safe in Thailand. Have a good time. I did a reverse split once and end up in the hospital. That's funny. A reverse split. Hilarious. That's something companies do. They do a reverse split. You're hilarious. Let's take a look here at the monthly and see what's happening. I don't know if a human being can do a reverse split. I don't think we should be doing a reverse split, if that even makes any sense. So here, the monthly, starting its first red move on the MACD. MACD suggesting that this is the beginning of a pretty nasty run. And there's a nasty bearish divergence. Like, this swings up, and this swings all the way back down here I don't know. That tells me Bitcoin could be going down for the next few weeks. Like, this may not end. Like, we could head to 83. Heck, we could end up down here somewhere at 58,000. This could take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months. It could be April at 50K, and that would be the buying opportunity. We'd round up, and then it would take, like, 5 months to get back. December of 2028. Wow. So, yeah, the bear market comes in. October, December, we stay in here. Then we get the halving. We start to climb on out. There's probably a front run halving, and then, dang. So your worst case scenario, right, as I showed you later, today, before that, and if you take your fib all the way from the bottom to the top here, let me get it nice and neat. You take it from this exact bottom, you match that wick there, and you can see the 618.65 is at $55,000 and $56,000. So it's a good chance that you could see some serious lower lows here. A lot of people don't think it's the top of the cycle and don't believe it. I tell you what, I've been watching assets for 20 years, and I've been doing hardcore TA for about 12 to 13 of them, and I've been doing nonstop TA for 10 years. And every single time I've seen an asset like this in my life, where the 21 and the 200 are far apart, right, where price action is way away from the 21, we likely come back to it. So this says to me that we're pretty bearish. And now, look, you're going to lose that monthly support right there at 93, 94K. And then the next stop is 81,000. The next stop after that is 73. And then all the way back there to 59,000. These are all likely scenarios. I also see this as kind of a slanted head and shoulder. Shoulder, head, right shoulder, broke the neckline. And this thing could break further to the downside. Head somewhere down here at about 59,395, right? And that's what I'm liking. Like, that's the area that I'm looking for. So that just, that just looks like you could go down to 60K. I'm not trying to scare anybody. I just want to be honest. I want to be brutally honest. I mean, that's like, if we flipped it upside down, I'd be saying the same thing, right? I'd say there's a head and shoulder pattern. Could there be resistance? Could we roll over? Look at this the other way. Like, could we just roll over? You think this thing could just roll over and dump? Like, just, make a high, a lower high, and then just start to roll over again, right? So technically, look, high, low, higher, lower high, lower high. I mean, it would say that the trend is headed to the downside, right? But I have it upside down. It's interesting. So is the trend our friend? Hold on, something weird just happened to me. I flipped the chart upside down. There we go. So let me delete this. So that's the idea. I mean, the TA there, the traditional TA on that pattern is bearish. One thing you could say is you could say there's your low, there's your high, there's your higher low, there's your higher high, there's a higher low. We'd have to basically take out 80K on the monthly to stop this trend. And that's your hopium, that somehow, some way, you're in this bigger trend of the monthly and that there's a chance you could keep it alive. Like, that is your last kind of stand. That's your last stand. Let's take a look at the weekly now and see what's happening on this beautiful top-down analysis. So thank you guys so much for being here. Guys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, everybody that calls themselves crypto lifers has dedicated themselves to cryptocurrency. And welcome. You're with Sam Price, the most consistent live streaming YouTuber on any genre and any type of thing. I don't know if anyone's live streamed for 1,800 days straight, or, since February of 2021. We've done an amazing job. Right today, we're not missing. We did 2 live streams today. Even though I'm traveling, we got it done, right? Because I love what I do, and I love people that want to learn. And if you want to learn, then I want to help you. And I want to help you continue to guide yourself to the next level. Look, Adam and Eve double bottom, shoulder, head, right shoulder. Everything made sense for the dump. There's a very strong support now here on the weekly, which we have bounced off of at 95,000. Wouldn't be surprised if we kind of maybe even made a bear flag here and then continued lower, right? And drop down to that $80,000 level. And that's what's crazy about this. This could be this could take 4 weeks to make the bear flag. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we could drop somewhere back down to about 81,200. So this is interesting. It's very, very interesting. We take a look at the 3-day chart. 3 days, and I showed you, this is what I wanted to teach you so much. When the daily loses the 200, we drop down to the 2-day 200 moving average. Boom. When the 200 loses it, you drop down likely to the 3-day 200 moving average. If we don't come to this 3-day and tap 87,851, I'll be surprised. I tell you right now, I'll be very surprised. It looks like we're going to do that, but you never know. Possible right now. Let's take a look at the 3-day. It's attempting a tweezer bottom right now, which would be amazing. If it could actually hold this area, again, no wick there, which is kind of like questionable. Same thing on the daily. The daily started a tweezer bottom, but with no wick. But so far, so good. So here's the deal. Like, if this 22-hour candle, daily candle, can reverse back to the upside here and turn itself into an inverted and then break out the measured move back above this point of control, back above 111.6, back to 112, and then that also means it could get back above the daily 200 moving average. This would take some time. I don't see how this would take, it wouldn't be too fast. You'd hold shift and you go sideways here. It takes 13 days. So in 2 weeks, we're going to know if the bear market is in or not. In 2 weeks, if we just continue like this and make a bear flag, which we very well may, and continue lower. So 5 or 6 days from now, you may have made a flag here and be ready to roll over. Target takes you somewhere to 83. I'm extending it slightly for the measured move, but it usually will scoop down lower into that liquidity. So 83,000 makes sense, right? Crypto index ETFs will be next wave of adoption. 1 hour ago is the news here. Crypto index ETFs will be the next wave of adoption. WisdomTree, the head of digital assets, Will Peck, anticipates that exchange-traded funds that hold diversified baskets of cryptocurrencies will fill a significant gap in the market in the coming years. It does seem like it's going to be one of the most waves of adoption. The Bridge Conference in New York City on Wednesday, it solves a need, I think, he added. And that way people can speculate on altcoins without opening up these shady trade areas, and they'll be able to actually see what's happening. So, hey, that could open up a whole new can of worm. Now, a whole new idea, right? So look, this looks interesting. See this wick coming up on the daily? I'll give you that. That looks okay for the bulls. So it's pretty simple to me. We put a bear flag up, and then we speculate on an inverted head and shoulder. If we get the right shoulder, we take the trade. If we get a bear flag, we continue long. And you could wait really 5 or 6 days to find out exactly what's going to happen. We can scalp while we're waiting, but the big money will be in this move. I have to say, I mean, there's a high, there's a lower low, lower high, lower low. I'm expecting a lower high and a drop to the downside. I don't expect to get Bitcoin back above that 101,184 level. If we do cross $184, you've got yourself a chance to continue. You've got yourself a chance. So I'm not completely bear just yet. I'm open-minded, but I am more bearish than bullish based off the current technical analysis. The probabilities tell me that this is likely going to be a bear flag that's going to drop us somewhere down here to about 81,006 and stop off at $88,000. So it's what I see. It is what it is. I don't want to be the bearer of bearish news, but I am the bearer of all news that, well, not all news, but Sammy never stops with a guy. He is the Sam, the man. Had some spam, hits the face with frying pan. Love my name, my name is Sam. That's why my sister used to say to me when we were kids that I took my dad's second name for your. I love you, man. God bless you, bro. I wonder if you like ICP on the daily. We'll take a look. Are you liking Portugal? It's great. I'm here for an event that has nothing to do with the city, and I'm loving the people that I'm with. I'm loving who I'm meeting, and I'm loving the experience. So yeah, it's amazing. I'm really in hotels. And I've gone to a few restaurants. I've barely seen any of the city. And I'm leaving Monday morning, and we're going to be inside a big conference tomorrow doing a bunch of stuff. They split us up into groups, is what they did. You looked up at a board, and you found out you were in a group of a bunch of people. And they put you with teams, and then you would work to see, you come up with a concept. You have concepts that you could take. You'd pick a concept, then we'd write a script, come up with a concept, an idea, and then we shoot it. And you finish it, and then you have to edit it. And my team is still editing to this day, right? Like, we just finished shooting. We're not even done shooting, actually. We have some. I said, guys, I just got to run and do the live stream, and then I'll come back. So I've been working creatively with the team since about 8 o'clock last night, and we've been going. We've got editors in the room. We're bringing them footage. I'm working with Sheldon the sniper. Me and him are on the same team. We're hanging out. We've been hanging out since like 8 o'clock. Great guy. Really fun. He has a lot of drive, man. And, all of us are lacking sleep. And if you win, you win. It's a team of 6 of us. If we win $85,000. $85,000 prize pool. So each of us is going to get over $10K if we get this, if we win, So, And I am traveling the world, man. Lifer takeover worldwide, baby. 2 lifers came and met me that live here in Portugal. They came and met me for lunch. It was an amazing experience. Check out the 3-minute flag on Bitcoin. It looks solid. They brought my water in glass bottles in the hotel room. Luso is the water company here. Tastes great. Look like it's from 1852. Says on the bottle. A little sailboat. Anyway, stay hydrated, everybody. All right, I'm gonna whittle down all the way to Bitcoin, so I will end up seeing the smaller time frames. So the daily looks like we could get a tweezer bottom and a possible reversal. Something could happen, or at least sideways price action. Privacy coins might spike right there if we get that sideways price action. 22, 12 hour, 10 hour, 8 hour, all kind of still in that flag, not looking amazing. 4 hour. And what I do is I shrink this down because like we don't need daily projections to kind of bog down our screen, but keep that in the back of your head for sure and know that that's a possibility. And then the 4 hour, like it looks like it could possibly be doing like, you know, it's got inverted head and shoulder. Sorry, it's got inverted head and shoulder vibes. So sorry, my finger slipped or something. But it's got inverted head and shoulder vibes here, right? The 4 hour time frame. Tom Brady all the way back to pass. So like to me, that's a symmetrical triangle. They mainly dump, but you kind of have that like Adam and Eve thing kind of going there. Interesting. So to me, this could go either way, and I've been kind of looking at it this way for a while. 4 hour could head back up to 99,000. Man, we get to 99, people are going to get excited. They're going to be like, oh, it's over. I told you. Nothing. We were going to bounce. No cycle. They're going to get crazy. And then the 1 hour time frame, which I've been watching all day. Since we started this morning, we were in this flag. It dumped, came back up, dumped, and now you kind of just see this crazy sideways price action. That to me mainly breaks to the downside. So if you had to bet on this, you know, or had to take a probability call on it, it says you're going lower, somewhere down to 93,765, 92,800. So this tells me it's going to roll over. So the smart move for me would be to wait for it to break out, retest this level here at about 96,500, and then take that thing back to this range. You do have a high volume node. You know, if you can fight back above that, you can travel to the top, or even, you know, to the value area highs on the range of that, of the VRVP. So I like what I'm seeing for BTC. There's some possibilities that you go through that gap. I'm not in love with what I'm seeing. Like there's a chance here, but it's not amazing. So as my brain builds a Rolodex of probability based on years of subconscious mind trading, I begin to kind of see a picture that starts to form as the information gets sorted in my brain, right? And that's kind of what we do. That's like the life of a trader. We take a look here at the 15-minute time frame, and you can see we are battling the 200 moving average. I feel like we even left the pattern and got back inside there. Like we left it, got back inside, and you're still inside this. And you would take the measured move, which is the length of the base of this triangle, and you'd put it here, and that's where you're likely going to go, which is $92,803. And then you got this level 2 here. And this suggests you could go all the way to like $99,215, right? So you're up to 99, you're back down to 92, and the battle continues. You know, I'll tell you what, 70% of the time, this is going to break to the downside. The key about this is I would never long this, all right? I would short this with a stop loss above here. The odds are likely I'm going to win it, but neither is needed. The smart move is to watch it consolidate, break above the 200, carry the 21 over, and then flag out. And when the 21 touches and has that interaction, that's when I would start to think of getting into an entry. So I enter near the 21, I exit when the 21's away from the 200. We see, and if we're struggling in some way, shape, or form, I take that move, right? They call me Sammy Cufflinks over here, huh? How about them cuffies? And then I got the perfect pocket square to match the cufflinks. Like, it's crazy. So vibrant, you know? Only Sammy matches the cufflinks with the pocket square over here. Let me tell you something, kids. Let me tell you how to trade over here, eh? It's so funny, man. I wish I could tell you the concept of the video. I don't know if it will ever fully come out to the public, but it's pretty funny. So yeah, we could get a move here. See how I'm mapping out the projection of the 15-minute time frame? That would be the sauce that I'd be looking for. I'd like to get a handle on that. So yeah, that's interesting. And then again, like Dash will pump, Zcash will pump. All this stuff will continue to do damage if this happens as such. So it does build a pretty good picture here. Sideways price action. Now, if this rolls over, everything's going to roll over. Maybe privacy coins might pump. They've been kind of pumping against BTC. We'll take a look at the BTC pair. I'd also like to take a look at Zen protocol and see what's happening with Zen. Is Zen ever going to follow Zcash? As Zcash pumps, can Zen get a pump? And that's the big question, too, for me. So watching this, again, resistance there at 96,005. So you get above 96.5. The 21 crosses the 200. You make a flag. To me, that is going to be a trade. That's a good reversal trade. And then you can look at this too as well. And, you know, shoulder, head, possible right shoulder. Shoulder, head, possible right shoulder that did break to the upside. So far, hey, there's some smokium, copium, hopium, smokium, or whatever you want to say. But there's some hopium, copium over here. You take a look at the 3-day. Someone said, look at the 3-day flag. The 3-day flag looks good to me, but it's low volume on a weekend. So, like, if this was like Monday, I'd be far more excited. But because it's Saturday night at about, 10:21 on the East Coast of United States, from Florida up to, Massachusetts, all the way to Maine, baby, the East Coast. So the idea is this. I mean, that could be a breakout. I like it, and it is that is a kind of a cup and handle here too. Look, there's a shoulder, a head, a right shoulder. You fought up. You're retesting the 300, the 200 moving average, which is so key on that 3-day chart, and that's how I trade. You know me, 21 above the 200 in a flag. That 3-day could pump. However, how hard it could pump seems a little unlikely based off of the volume, but you never know. What I'm seeing here too is a bit of a flag this way. And this thing could start to really moon to the upside in quite a way. We're talking somewhere to $97,106, right, for BTC. And then also this idea here. And you can see this is the original flag we started, And then this is an inverted head and shoulder, a complex inverted head and shoulder. You got a shoulder, a head, a shoulder, right? That's going to break up 68% of the time. And then you had a bullish div there on the 1-minute time frame. This is very interesting. I love technical analysis. It'll never get old for me. There's always a challenge, always something to watch. That's pretty close to its target too. So that's a spot on move right there. So I would be watching this 1 minute. There's a chance it does kind of break out. And again, low volume. It's a little sketchy, but this is interesting. 3 minute, 5 minutes, still kind of above the 200. In a choppier flag, but still holding above the 200 moving average. Let's take a look at my lifers and see what's happening in the chat. I love y'all. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for being here. Looking at that 22-hour, I am bullish, Sam. 4-hour ETH bear flag ready to break to the upside. I love it. Love you all. Stay blessed and advertising adversity, and stay blessed and adversity always offer opportunity, my friends. God bless you. Stay blessed and Cal? What is Cal? I don't know what that means. Cal dot? Stay blessed and Cal? Adversity always offers opportunity. Yes, it does. Every time. No BS, straight facts and logic. No guessing games. 100%. Hey, Sammy, what about Morpho on the 8-hour time frame? I do like Morpho. Just fantastic. You're streaming for us. Thank you, sir. God bless you, Rave Song Records. You didn't live stream this morning, Eastern time. Yes, I did. I put out a live recording. Yeah. So I put out a live, 4-hour ETH bear flag. I can't believe you said that. You didn't live stream. The guy who live streamed more than anyone else never missed a day, right? Never missed a day. Today, I had never missed a day of live streaming. You can't say I missed a day today. It's still my East Coast time. It's 10:23 at night. Weekly close will be critical of. It always kind of is too, right? We are here for the pumps. I love you, man. Yeah. Good evening, friends. I've not been scared. I've been accumulating this week. Me too, man. How's the food in Portugal? Did you eat any steak? I did. It was really good. Oh, the steak was amazing. I had a veal steak. I had a tomahawk. The steak was unbelievable. Cooked very rare, though. It was like the rarest steak I ever had, but it's really good. I don't mind, So, yeah, watch Bitcoin. It is a low-volume Saturday. I would be, again, talking about that 15-minute, and I would only long if the 15-minute got above the 200 moving average. I see sideways price action. I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin just kind of does something like this for a while and goes sideways. But hey, watch those flags. There's a chance the 5-minute, the 1 minute, they get a move on to the upside. You never know. So pay attention. But it is a Saturday night, one of the lower, smaller volume nights to trade. So you got to just take your licks as they come. I see a head and shoulder building on the 4-hour Ethereum. Inverted or a real one? Yeah. Did Sammy take the long? No. Like the button, smash. Honestly, I had a crazy week last week. I bought, whatever. I won't even say it, but I did something for myself that ended a chapter in my life. And I took it easy, man. For once in my life, I just started taking it easy. Not on my job and not on my streaming, but I just didn't feel the need to be constantly. This weekend, I said I want to really enjoy myself at the Crypto Creator Conference. I thought it was going to be a little better than it hailed yesterday. It's been raining the whole time here and 57 degrees and rainy. So it's not like a good day to walk around and see the city. We've had a little sun peeking out, but it's not been amazing. I do see the city. There's like a Barcelona, Boston vibe here. It's a beautiful city. I've looked out the windows while we've drove around a little bit, right? What's up with Starknet? Starknet just had a little bit of a pop out of nowhere. You have to remember, Starknet got sold off for months on end. And so you'd have to figure eventually it was going to take, eventually it was going to look undervalued to somebody. And to me, that's kind of what eventually happened. But we'll see. I haven't really checked on it as much since then. Let's take a look at what's happening. Let me jump back into those super chats and see if there's anything out there, too, that I should be paying attention to. Trump official, take a look on Pomp Fund. Very big opportunity. I'm all set, man. Sounds like you're in Wales. I know. That's what it feels like. Scotland, same idea. Yeah. Yeah, there's a storm in Portugal this week. Aha. Yeah, there is. Claudia or something. I'm proud of that moment for you, lifer. I inspire to be like you, and one day, as I'm the same age as you, rolling on that blue down the street, I love you, man. You're changing my life day by day. God bless you, brother. Crypto cigar guy, from a dark place to one with light, man. You always had the light in you. You just needed a friend, someone to care about you, man. And I care about every human being that shows support and love. I care about everybody. I really do. I'm a human lover. I love the human race. I love us as a whole. I want to see us win. I want to do what I can for everybody as a whole. I truly believe in us as a whole. I'm not someone that just thinks about me. I know that if the whole wins, I win. I don't want to win alone. You know what I mean? So my idea is to bring all boats to rise, everyone around me. I'm going to help. If there's someone in my life, I'm going to help them in some way, shape, or form, right? So, hi, Lifer. Love from the UK. Do you think Bitcoin will pop back up due to liquidations? Hey, you never know, man. And God bless. Shout out to Crypto Cigar Guy. Honestly, the words you just wrote to me were some of the nicest words anyone's ever said to me in my life, man. So God bless you, bro. I do something with my life, and you say that it inspired you. You say that it keeps you going. You say that I changed your mindset, took you from dark to light. Hey, man, God bless you, bro. Thank you. And God is beautiful, everybody. How am I up live streaming at 3 in the morning on jet lag, no sleep, and up all night with the team? Because I love what I do, and because I don't know, honestly. I couldn't tell you. I think God's giving me this energy. I definitely don't have it. I'm a human being. A human being can't do what I'm doing, which is be up for I've only had 3 hours of sleep in 48 hours. I'm jet lagged. I'm out of my mind. But I can see them charts better than 99% of the world. I'll tell you that. Check out the 3-minute flag on Bitcoin. We did take a look at that. And then ONDO TA, please, somebody said. My man, Jason Bouillard. Every time I've ever heard Sam say what it's going, it happens. There's a reason he's number one. Every time I heard Sam say where it's going, it happens. There's a reason he's number one. Thank you for all you do. God bless you, man. Sweet Biddy. You're awesome. See, too many people are too good to me, man. That's why when people are down and out and they watch my channel, they get a little pissed because they're like, damn, why does this guy get all the love? I get the love because I put it out. I put a lot of love out there. And when you put a lot of love out there, you get it back, my friends. That's just how it works. ONDO's in the same place. We might get them, if Bitcoin rips, look, this is a cup and handle here. You might get ONDO getting a nice pump back to the upside. That's looking interesting right there off the bat. Flag 21, right? Previous resistance is support. And that measure move takes you to about, 0.5912 for ONDO. Back to 59. Wow, ONDO's at 58 cents. What a piece of... You know what I mean? It's what the... So sad. This is supposed to be institutional grade, top-notch product. and it's lower than it ever was. Or like where it's like the lowest it's ever been. Like, dang, man. These altcoins are hard, right? And I'm really happy I sold off chunks of them. And I'm still going to make a bunch of money if the market reverses, and I still may even double down. But I never have to sit there and think about it again, man, about what's going to happen to my altcoins. And I'll be honest, what I did the other day because I just wanted to see something different in my life instead of watching screens and bars all the time. Like, I was going to be 50 years old and never really did any, like, you never really, like, bought anything interesting or fun. Just kind of, like, stashed my money and bought more Bitcoin and bought more Bitcoin. How many times you see me where I could have done something and bought it, and I buy more Bitcoin and I buy more Bitcoin and I buy more Bitcoin. So it's like, I finally wanted to do something different. I was sick of doing the same thing every single time, man, And I truly believe that thing will probably go up in value over time too. So 95,800. We have liquidity for BOOKMAP. This is a heat map order book. It tells you where the orders are, right? Where people will get liquidated. It does suggest there's more liquidity all the way back down there to about 93,000. But you finally have some upward liquidity at 97,780. It's any man's game. You never know. But right now, even ONDO looks like it's going to roll over. You take the bullishness. You had bull div there. You did get the bounce. You're trying a secondary bull div. Get another bounce. Maybe you could double bottom there. And then the measured move takes you somewhere to about 78 cents. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I'm saying you should be taken as such. I'm just a, self-taught trader. This is a reality TV show about my life and how I get through trades. The ups and downs. And then I also teach people and I give live trades. I'll live trade sometimes 7 days a week if I have to and show you guys the way. So every time I've heard, check out the 3-minute flag. Yep. Can you check out Dash? Yeah. So Dash just keeps ripping. Yeah, I think we already kind of discussed Dash. Yeah, I already went over Dash and talked about where it looks like it could be going. Well, so last time I had Dash was on that daily. It looked like Dash could break out on the daily. And at 73 was the first target. It went to 97, 98, coming back down now. Let's take a look at the smaller time frame, like the 4-hour. Now, the 4-hour looks good, but it's pretty far from the 21-day moving average. So, I would expect it to flag out here and have the 21 catch up with it. If it's still bullish, it'll flag out on the 21. It's also dealing with what Bitcoin's going to do. So, it has to kind of sit in limbo right now because Bitcoin can pump or dump right now the way it's looking. It dumps, we know that Dash might just pull back. Even though Dash has been somewhat uncorrelated to Bitcoin, if it does what it does, it sucks liquidity out the market. And in the long run, it would only hurt Dash. If Dash could continue to make this flag and there's a chance there's some parabolic move up there, and that takes us somewhere to about $139.40 for Dash. So that could happen. I like it. Thank you so much for the super chats. Everyone that gave a super chat, you're so blessed. You're amazing. That money will come back to you tenfold. Givers gain every single time. So we checked out the 3-minute flag. Shout out to Ricardo Orisia. Shout out to Taylor Laura. We looked at Dash. Shout out to Swede Biddy McGee. Every time I've ever heard Sam say where it's going, it happens. There's a reason he's number one. Thank you. God bless you. ONDO TA, please. Yeah. So yeah, I sounded the alarm when Bitcoin was very bearish a long time ago. Look at this. This is a slanted head and shoulder that you can see right there. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. That's why you never chase a pump. Came all the way back down to 63 from that high of 141. But now it looks like it may be on another little leg here to the upside. Our target is at 187. And we got in this thing somewhere around here at about, 73. So I could see Dash doing some damage. Man, it looks like it could really get at least to 141 before it ever gets further down. But you never know. I don't know. I'm just going over the probabilities, what I see, what my mind sees. You might see something different. You might take advantage of it in a different way. This is interesting. This is a bit of a double bottom now. So Bitcoin has evolved a little bit since we first kind of started our journey here. And you can see, look, shoulder, head, it's kind of, look, shoulder, head, right shoulder being defied at the present moment. And you got this kind of beautiful double bottom. You're going to get tight in here, and that could retest and break out further to the upside. So, I don't know. It looks interesting. It's oversold. The 1 minute looks like we may be getting a bounce, and all we need is that like smaller time frame to move pretty hard. Then it leaks into the 15. Next thing you know, you got the whole market moving. So I'm waiting. I'm never taking a day off. I know there's opportunity for me if I stay focused, stay healthy, and just keep going after what I believe in. It's only a matter of time. We're gonna win, you know. So shout out to the 626 beautiful souls here. Wish we had more people, but I know it's pretty late there, 10:30. And then we have people on other time zones and in Europe, and we have people, but it's not that late, you know. It's only like a 2-hour lateness too. And don't worry, I'm gonna get back on this horse pretty hard at one point, and we're gonna ride this puppy to the upside. Look, that's even swing up, and that's a sharp swing down. Shoulder, head, right shoulder, just looks like bearish divergence, right? Have to start looking for like the falling wedge, something like this. I don't know, it's pretty ugly on the 1 minute. Looks like a shoulder, a head, right shoulder. We double top, like we could not get back out of 95, 988, and then seemed like we just slipped to the downside now. It's a little sad, honestly, if you think about it, because I mean, that looks like you're going to drop right down here quickly to 95.6. And then again, there's usually low volume, so a lot of things that would play out really nice on a non-weekend day, they don't play out that nice. So a lot of newbies don't know that. They don't have rules to win a trade and why they're trading a certain time frame. They just kind of do their thing, and in the long run, and at the beginning it could be all right, but in the long run, that will catch up to you, 100%. It's only a matter of time. 95,700 for Bitcoin in free fall as it double topped right there at about 95 and then just continued to go further to the downside. Yikes. Look, it lost the 5-day 200 moving average, a known bear signal, went right to the 21. That makes sense. You lose the 200, you'll drop to the 21. I've seen it many, many times. Like, I don't know how many times, but I've seen it many times. All right. So thank you so much. $15 in chat revenue. We started at 9:45. It's about 10:37. So I wanted to show you kind of some of the premier alts that looked good to me. I wanted to show you what my full belief on Bitcoin was based off technical analysis. And as you can see, like, it's not the worst. You know, we could bounce here and turn this into an inverted head and shoulder. There's some resistance here. We did make a move back to the upside. What I show you here is like you might make a shoulder, a head, right shoulder. And you just got to, you know, put that in perspective and see that. See how that looks interesting to me. See how you're coming near that 200 with the 21 again? It's the same stuff. I teach it over and over again on every time frame. And yeah, I'm just very consistent about the way I trade, and I don't mind sharing it with the world because I know in my heart and soul that it could change the way you think about the world and yourself. Like, you start to kind of, you'll avoid damage more than you used to. Your risk tolerance will be a little higher, but you'll also have good risk management, right? So if you want to get good risk management, go to my class the last Saturday of every month. I teach class. It's awesome. It's a link in the description of the videos that you can find if you want, and you can go to my class. It would be awesome if you did that. That class, so many people give me feedback on it that it's insane. I never thought I'd get that much feedback over a $100, $150, class that I teach once a month. But man, I can't believe the growth on that. It's been absolutely wild. Follow me at CryptoLifer33. I greatly appreciate it. And I thank you so much for your constant love, support, and just, being an awesome lifer. Your people are great. So yeah, we're going to see how this bear flag plays out, but it could go lower. It could go lower. Wicked all the way to the 21 moving average, right? Came back up. So for me, I don't know. I would have to wait till the 15-minute gets above that 200 moving average. So what I would do is I would actually make my own line here somewhere. And I would right-click that. I don't want to see Bitcoin pass that line. Okay? So I have an alert. If it does, I'm going to know, and it's going to alert me. Okay? So. All right. I see some more coming in here. Zcash, thoughts? Can you check Dash? We already looked at Dash. Yeah. We'll take a look at Zcash. I think I looked at Dash twice, too, just in case, to keep people happy. And let's take a look at what's happening. Zcash went on that monster tear, right? All the way back to 711, like pretty close to its all-time high. Now, to me, I would just raise this up and say it's just still inside of this key level here. They faked it once, they faked it twice, but they still got a pretty nice structure going. Higher lows, higher highs. Zcash looks good to me. I don't see why Zcash can't make a big move tonight. Possibly to about like 900, not tonight, but I could see it going to $957. I got you there, right? Wish I had that. But ching. But yeah, $957. I mean, I guess it's possible it is at 680, and the thing moves pretty crazily, but I would expect this to break out. It looks like a bull pennant. I gave it to the group. I like what I'm seeing, and there's a chance that they could continue to go further to the upside. So Zcash looks absolutely amazing. It's on my radar. Let me take a look at CoinMarketCap. I want to see if there's any newer coins out there that I haven't heard about that some VCs are scooping and dumping on us, so we can find out when they're going to, level off again and go from there, right? 95,744. Ethereum back at 3,197. Tether. But let's just look at Ethereum on the weekly, because it's like the leading altcoin. And when Ethereum hits an all-time high, it's like it lets all the other altcoins know that Bitcoin can't hurt them as bad. It's like insurance or something. It's so weird the way it plays out time and time again. So you look here and you want to look at like the bigger data of charts, right? Amazing, right? And so to me, accumulating not there, but waiting for this right shoulder has been very, very lucrative. Also, that's that kind of cup and handle in there. It's hard to see, but there's a cup and a bit of a handle there too. And look, this is a big of a cup and a handle. And they're putting people in cups and handles. I'm telling you, they'll never get out of those cups and handles. So Ethereum's pretty strong, right? I'm brainstorming some coins in my mind here. Ethereum's pretty strong. I knew about Ethereum at $89, and it just never fully fulfilled its legacy, in my humble opinion. So for me, I don't know if I feel like Ethereum's already kind of, I don't know. Yes, some say, oh, it's the most moved DEX in the world, and everybody is like, I guess. I don't know. Never made sense to me, Anyway, yeah, Zcash could continue. That's a bull flag to me, I do see some bearish div, though. I'll tell you that. The 15-minute is swinging to the downside while price action swinging up, and that's usually, usually means you're going to get a move to the downside, but you never know. It is tight. I like the pattern, and I like the 200 being below, the 21 touching. I might keep my stop deep, like down there, if tomorrow morning we still have an opportunity, but that thing might pump sooner than later. All right. Shout out to everyone that gave tonight. You people are absolutely amazing. Thank you. Let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance. I know we went over it every Friday, but it's good to kind of refresh it throughout the week. So if the market dumps, and you have Bitcoin dominance, you have Tether dominance. Let's talk about it. If the market dumps, right, Tether dominance loses out. Or gains, actually. It depends. When the market dumps, Bitcoin gets bought up. Because people have to cover liquidation fees sometimes, right? And they also, if they're on DeFi, they have to cover their positions. Sometimes their positions are in collateral in DeFi and Bitcoin, and they just have to buy, or sometimes they have to sell Bitcoin to create revenue to get them, to maybe get some Tether to get themselves out. The whole point is, when the market gets bearish, you do definitely get a nasty sell-off here. But we were looking at this idea, a shoulder, a head, a right shoulder that could break further to the downside. You see, that measure move takes you all the way to about 47. And now I don't see how we wouldn't have some type of alt season there, and how alt season might even be beginning. Like this move here might just be Zcash and the equivalent. It's just big enough, So we were told tonight, yesterday too, just that a bunch of influencers sat in a villa one day and decided that they were gonna, send Zcash to the moon. That's kind of how it started. It was really an inside job, man. Crazy, right? But they believed in peer-to-peer. It was what they believed in. They think this, you know what I mean? So it did come from a place from the heart in a way, but it just, you know what I mean? It just, everything gets stepped on these days. So let's take a look. Bitcoin could all the way back to about 61% if it made a move. But so watch for that 22-hour time frame to lose the 200. If it does, that could be the beginning of some alt madness here that could really turn it right. So let me give you the diagram. So you've got Bitcoin dominance, we'll call BD. We got, let's say, Tether dominance. So you got Tether dominance, you got Bitcoin dominance, all right? When you're in a complete bear market, or things are horribly bearish, money is flowing out of Bitcoin and into Tether, right? When you are in a very bullish scenario, right, money is flowing into Bitcoin and out of Tether, right? And now, when you're in an alt season, that has nothing to do with Bitcoin being bearish or bullish. Bitcoin's usually flat, maybe flounders around a little bit, right? But what happens is money leaves Bitcoin and Tether at the same time, and sometimes at faster rates between the day, which one, but because you see, because people are pouring their money into altcoins, they can't be going into Bitcoin, they can't be going into Tether, they have to be going into this. And so you can see all this, and you can begin to speculate by using the US Tether chart and the Bitcoin Tether chart. A lot of people don't do it. A lot of people think it's too much work. I don't know. To me, there's no amount of work that could stop me from living my dreams and becoming a multimillionaire. Like, I'll do it. I'll do it. Give me the work. Like, I'll work my butt off. Like, I'm working so hard right now. When I get home, I will be exhausted. These trips take a beating on me. I'm telling you right now. I love them. I still do them. But they take a beating. The traveling, I'm here the whole time. I'm grinding. It is not easy by any means, by any stretch of the imagination. I'll tell you what, it is tough. It is tough. So my prediction for Bitcoin is I would long it if it gets above the 15-minute 200 moving average, but it still looks bearish to me. So the bulls have to show me something and defy those bears. Otherwise, we're still bearish. Gotta love this like blue tinted glass too. I believe maybe it's just the cap makes it blue, but man, it looks nice. Luso water, man. Thank you, Luso. Appreciate you. So, you know, if Bitcoin dominance bounces off this 200, starts to move back up, yikes, right? It could spell no more alts. But if we get this kind of movement and when we start to move down, right around here and there, that start to change the way I look at these altcoins. So let's take a look at US Tether dominance. And you should see a bullish dominance, right? Wanting to pump. Funny, we talked about it the other day. We said, look out. It looks like this thing could go on some type of tear here. And I don't think anyone really listened to me. Like, I'll be at these meetings and I'll be like, guys, you know, they're all TA guys. And I'll be like, listen, this doesn't look good. And they're like, oh, whatever. Let's talk about something else. I'm like, all right. But something is fishy here with Tether dominance. I'll tell you that right now. Now, some could say it's bearish div, it's going to roll over, fine, but it's got to roll over. You know what I mean? Like, it can't just... So I would be looking for the shoulder, the head and a right shoulder. That right shoulder would be a key area to short the market, somewhere back to here or to liquidity at about, 4.13 and Tether dominance. So you want to see Tether dominance go down. If it gets tight like this and starts to break out, that means we're in some type of bigger bear market. If it can kind of retrace and bounce back down, then we may be able to survive this a little faster than I thought, but it depends. Right now, I'm full-blown bear, saying it's going to be a 18-month bear market, because I'd rather be pleasantly surprised when it isn't and see that there's opportunity. And you know what? I'm not a soothsayer. What I say is not 100%. Just because I say so, it doesn't mean it's going to happen. All right? So, Tether dominance and Bitcoin dominance. I hope you got a little bit of a lesson in that today, and I hope it makes sense to you. If not, I apologize. But, right. My thoughts on Zcash. I like it, man. Yeah. It's got a fuzzy feeling in my heart. Dash on Binance. Let's take a look at Dash here. Oh, yeah, we looked at Dash already. Sorry. All right, everybody. I think that's going to be like, let me take a look at CoinMarketCap, which I did bring in. And let's see, like, the hottest coins right now in the game, right? See what's really taking it to the next level. In 24 hours, we had a 29% on StarkNet, 73%, and it's at 23 cents though. I mean, remember this thing was $2, $3, so it's like good riddance. It does a 15x back to the original spot, right? 100% on Telcoin. I kind of like Telcoin. That's interesting. 25% in 24 hours. Wow, Decred. Nice. Aerodrome back to 87, taking a little bit of a hit, down 8% on 7 days, man, when the rest of the market's kind of... Aero was hot. Quant still doing okay. Monero. Interesting. AB. Remember this thing? AB? My dad worked for American Bridge, but that's not what this is. AB represents a groundbreaking evolution of blockchain technology, building upon the foundation established by the Newton Project. Which launched in 2018, the Newton Project's vision was to create an infrastructure for the community economy, empowering individuals with the principle that everyone should benefit directly from economic growth. Over the years, this vision has been partially realized through the development of decentralized infrastructure, supporting community-driven economies. With the first phase of this journey now complete, the phase embarks on a new chapter of innovation and expansion. Interesting. And you can ask, what is Newton, and find out more all about AB protocol. Pretty interesting when you can run grid bots all day and get paid. I mean, that's just kind of how it is, right? So either you're there or you're not, right? Either you worked your butt off and created that opportunity, or you're just looking for it, or jealous of someone that has it, or wish you did more to achieve it, right? So don't be mad at other people's excellence. Be upset at yourself for not getting there, right? And push yourself to the next limit. And don't even get, it's like, I wouldn't get too discouraged about life. I would just make sure I keep pushing myself every day. As long as you're pushing yourself every day, as long as you're a likable person, nice to people, generally nice, likable guy, work out every day, work on yourself, work on your craft, work on your business, I don't see how anyone would not like you. You know what I mean? There's always going to be some hater, but for the most part, 90% of people are going to like you. So just like put your best foot forward, believe in God, be good to people, be a trustworthy person that other people can depend on, and your life is going to be great, man. I don't know what everyone stresses out about. Your life isn't going to be great if you do devilish things. You're always thinking, looking behind your back. You can't breathe. You feel like nobody cares. You don't want that life, right? You get depressed usually because of that. You drink more. People usually go into dark holes, man. That's why I spread my love every single day, baby, because it keeps me alive. So we looked at all the super chats. Let's just take a look at all the super chats that came in right now. We got Taylor. Thank you so much, Taylor. We love you. We did look at Dash. Zcash. We looked at that as well. Shout out to Jayton. Check out the 3-minute flag. We looked at the 3-minute flag. Yes, thank you. Check out Dash. Dash didn't look amazing to me. Looked like it was kind of tight. And check out the 3-up. And every time I hear Sam say, thank you so much, sweet Biddy. And then Jason Bouillard. ONDO TA, please. Let's take a look at... Oh, yeah, we looked at... It all looks bad to me. But, hey, what do I know? So, that's what I'm seeing on this beautiful Saturday night, right? Kind of sitting tight. There's opportunity, but it looks like it could be kind of going a little sideways right now. I would flag out Bitcoin, looks at if it can fill out this flag. And when the 21 comes near, I'll kind of reassess the market. And that could take like 4, 5, 6... That could take about 24 hours or more before we get a verdict on this flag. So just be careful. You know, that is a cup and handle. We could end up exploding to the upside. Just you never know. You never know. But for the most part, like right now, that's that idea right there, you know. Kind of a descending triangle, though. My like I can't stand that pattern. It mainly dumps to the downside, but for you, maybe not. Maybe for you it goes up. I won't trade it though. I won't date it. I leave it alone, right? Anyway, with that being said, everyone, I'm going to jump on out of here. I am absolutely, positively, without a doubt, exhausted beyond belief. I have no idea how I'm even talking to you, and I'm awake right now. I spent all day posting in the charts of the Discord. My elite traders were posting bangers. We did a lot together as a team. Shout out to my elite. Shout out to everyone that holds me down on these travels. It means the world to me. And everyone, I'll be back tomorrow, right? Sometime between 7 and 9 a.m., which will be, I guess, 1 or 2. But I have a busy day tomorrow. It's going to be kind of crazy to get back. So I'll see what I can do. But it looks like I may not be able to do the update. But I'll definitely come and I'll do the weekly candle close. It might be 6 o'clock at night. So I might end as the candle close. I might do it from like 7 to 8, honestly, which would be like 11 or 12 to 1, which would make more sense for me. In my last night, I'd be able to get to bed by like 1:30. So I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for caring and listening. I'll see you all tomorrow. Stay blessed. Secret to success is getting started, baby. You got this. I don't, someone said I had a bit to drink. I don't drink alcohol, man. I was offered it many times tonight. I don't even want to joke around like that. I don't think that's funny. Yeah, because I work so hard for my sobriety every single day, and there's alcohol all around me. And for someone to say that I had a bit to drink is very offensive. Very offensive. I love you. I don't think you meant anything by it, but please don't do that stuff, man. Yeah, I go out of my way not to. People are always ordering me, oh, you don't, oh no. Free beer, free this, free liquor. No, I'm all set. I'm all set. I am all set. So please be very careful when you talk about me and my sobriety, man. Please don't just like run your mouth like that. That's not cool. All right. You're going to be great, Barry. You're going to do wonderful. Just keep pushing, man, and believe in yourselves and submit to God, and everything will go your way. May God bless everybody here on the stream. Just say goodbye one more time. I love y'all. Sam changed my life, man. I love you. I just left a meeting an hour ago. That's crazy. It's not that bad, but a meeting for what? Oh, an AA meeting, man. Yeah, God bless you, bro. I don't go to meetings. I work so hard, but I just somehow was able to cut it off. But I have gone to those meetings, and they're very good. I went to NA many times, yeah. He's not a lifer, I know. Alcohol is a two. All things bad. Ingesting spirits, the devil in a bottle. Amen. That's why they call it spirits, man. You basically open yourself up to be, yeah. I'll be joining your group on the Black Friday sales kit. Thank you so much. Jump on into Black Friday. Link in the description of the pinned comment. So if you watch any of my videos and you hit the live button like right now, and you just go down here. Yeah. You go down right here to Black Friday early bird sale. Just click that link. That's going to take you to my Black Friday early bird sale, which you could take, take amazing discounts on what I provide for many, many people around the world. If you want to read my testimonials, which are what people have said about me and my group for the years and years that I've been doing this, please feel free. Jump on in there. It's a free server. You can join and read these testimonials for free, and just scroll through and take a couple to heart. You will not believe what people have said about me, and it goes on and on and on. And I didn't pay, you know what I mean? It's not like I didn't ask anyone to do these. People did these. They wrote these. They wrote paragraphs, whole pages. Unbelievable. They show their gains. They show what happened. It's been an amazing journey. God bless everybody that has supported this journey, helped me in any single way. I'm so grateful for every single person and any type of energy that helps my energy. God bless you all. I'll see you tomorrow.